Hello and welcome to Cindershadow Gaming. I'm your host Cindershadow, and today we got to talk about what's happened with Jason Felix and Scarypet. Well, there's been a development in the story of the Crux of Fate art for the mythical archive of Strixhaven. And mainly I covered this when it broke from Scarypet saying his art was used in the artwork. He was alerted by other people on his deviant art. Then he made a video about it on Twitter, and it's kind of snowballed from there. I made that video hastily, and honestly, it was very distracting and very disgusting to see a well-renowned artist turn around and take these shortcuts. Since then, Wizards of the Coast has put out a statement saying he is suspended, pretty much firing Jason Felix from doing art in the future and art now. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there is another statement on that, though, saying that art is being used in future products because he was already commissioned to do those arts. Now, hopefully this mistake was a one-time deal and it hasn't been in the catalog of his 127 plus cards he's already made for the game, and hopefully this is the end of it. But today I bring you the statements from Jason Felix and Scarypet himself on the finale of all of this, and hopefully this is put to rest at this point. So today on Twitter, I know I spoke about this during a live stream today when it broke. I came across this. Jason Felix, Crux of Fate. I wanted to make a public response because I wanted to reach out to the affected artists Kit Lapina and Raymond Swanland and Wizards of the Coast first. I was overworked, but that's no excuse. I messed up and I'm trying to make amends. Okay, so Kit Lapina, if I'm saying that right or wrong, I am sorry if I am butchering that. I am horrible with names and pronunciations. And Raymond Swanland. Well, Kit is Scarypet on Twitter. Raymond Swanland is actually the person that did the Ugin, the Spirit Dragon Planeswalker art, which the head of Ugin was also used in Crux of Fate, and this is confirming that. He is messed up and he's trying to make amends. Jason Felix, I will be compensating the artists and hope to advocate for their names to be put on the card instead of my own. The artist did not deserve this. It's not much, and I don't expect forgiveness. You know what? This is something that I talked about, and I said it would be nice to see their names get added on. We've seen in the past where names do get added together. I believe it's Zoltan Boros and someone else. I can't remember the second name, but they're usually two artists that come together quite well. And like I said, Seb McKinnon, Rebecca Guay, they're currently doing a Kickstarter together. So it does happen where artists come together. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's not the situation you want artists coming together. Now, we have at the end, but I hope this step forward being better. I'm sorry this ever happened and to let down the fans. So this is pretty egregious. He has taken responsibility for doing it, and he is apologizing and is trying to make amends. And I think that is what you can do at this point. Like, where else do you go? If you guys have a different thought, let me know down below. I don't think there's anything more Jason can really do at this point other than continuously paying these artists off. But in all honesty, at that point, it's moot. This kind of does stop the copyright things. If they were to go to court, the lawyers are going to walk away with all the fees and no one's going to win. In this case, I believe Scarypet is going to come out way ahead and actually get compensated for the artwork that he's done, the amazing artwork that he did. Now, or she, I don't know if you're a he or a she. Kit, I'm guessing is a he, because what is it? Kit Harington is from Game of Thrones, but I could be wrong on that, and I am sorry if I am screwing that up. From Scarypet after this came out, It's a 8th part. I am in communication with Jason and people at Wizards. You may visit Jason's profile to see his apology statement. On the other hand, the people at Magic and I are working something out. Fingers crossed. So hopefully they do see his artwork as meaningful and it's something huge. You know, he's taken this in complete stride, and I think the way he's done this is very stand up. And yeah, he pointed it out and went, listen, I know it's my art, but you know, like, it's there now. Thanks to all for being so kind and supportive. You guys rock. Oh, and I probably wouldn't have found out at once if you weren't for Maros on DeviantArt. So it was someone that had mentioned on his artwork on DeviantArt. This is a humbling experience for all artists, whether you make art for Magic or any other commercial purpose. Quality integrity is expected. While the methods we use to lighten our load may pass approval and print stages, the great scrutiny will always come from the fans and consumers. Twitter, YouTube has done a very thorough job of cascading Jason, and as we express our anger, disappointment, and outrage, I do not advocate for online bullying or harassment. It has been crazy, guys, through circumstances where interests. The Strixhaven cards look fun, and I hope MTG community enjoys them. Regarding fan art, simply put, a single company's fan art does not override copyright law. The IP owner can use a not-for-profit fan art publicly, but the non-profit nature of the fan art is challenged when the said fan art becomes part of a transaction. And that is where, touching on this, where the Crux of Fate and his fan art was used in it. About artwork, particularly proper use of reference, etc., I too would like to understand more of this. Let's talk about it next time. Okay, end. So, yeah, I didn't really see the online harassment. I know Desolator did make a video on this, and he does lay into people a little bit more, but sometimes that's what you gotta hear, and that in this case, I don't see that as harassment. I don't see that as bullying. I see this as a very bad situation that Jason put himself in and put Scarypet in, and the fact that this has come forward like this is really unfortunate. I think Jason is doing the right thing here by standing up and saying, listen, I'm sorry I did all this, and compensating the artist that he did take off on. With Scarypet, I'm you know, he doesn't mean any ill will to anyone. I believe that this situation is resolved and should end here. There should be no further stuff going forward with this. There will probably be a footnote in my This Week in Magic series towards this, but ultimately this is where it is. And when you are dealing with internet stuff, it really moves really fast, and if you've got to come to the table very quickly with the information, that is part of the story and where it goes from there. I would like to say thank you to everyone that has commented, everyone that has been pretty supportive of Scarypet, and it's mostly been pretty good in my comment section. Let there be a few that have come in talking about it, saying this is too far, this is cancel culture, and this is nowhere near what cancel culture is. This is literally someone screwed up their job and made things the wrong way, and in all honesty, then they get ousted very quickly when these things come to light. And in my line of work, when you screw up, and it's not something you ever want to do because you are putting people's lives on your line. And so screw ups are not something I have really seen too much of in that sense. Now, when it comes to the art world, it's a completely different entity, and I really cannot understand the way artists are and how they lay everything on the line for their craft, and they do things the way they do. And it is really unfortunate that this road had to be walked down, but at this point, it is a done deal. It's solved, and I think we move on from all of this with a bright light and let people just be at this point. Don't sit there and harass Jason or Scarypet or anyone. I cannot condone that. I can't condone that. Like, it's not something that was ever wanted or expected from all of this. It unfortunately, with the way online culture is, it does continue to rotate and just build up until it comes to a bubbling over point. And I've seen it too much. And in all honesty, Scarypet's right with the not to harass or bully. That is never the intentions of videos or anything like that. This was more of, let's bring to light what's going on here, and it's got to be done very quickly. And I am glad it has resolved the way it is. And I think going forward, people may think twice before looking at a fan's art and copying it on a card and then selling it to another company. That's where the really egregious part is in all of this. You take someone's art, you put it on a card, and you sold it to Wizards of the Coast. And in all intents and purposes, Wizards doesn't really have a say in any of this. This was something that happened to them too, unfortunately. As much as I don't like certain things that I do see with Wizards of the Coast, this is one of those things that they don't have any real say in there. Could their art director seen that Bolas had 5 fingers? Well, we're looking at a artwork, and unfortunately, I believe with the amount that we've seen this year in product, things are going to slip through the cracks, and Strixhaven is no different to that. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel. I also have a Patreon, or I have channel memberships active on this channel. So if you want to help in any way, that is muchly appreciated. Links to that is below. Until next time, you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching.